Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining us online at SSUC, where we're spiritual seekers united in community. Welcome to this time where we mark time together, where we count our way toward Christmas in these Advent days, where we take time for music, story, ritual, and reflection, where we seek to let go of our preoccupations, our worries, our distractions, to give ourselves this gift of time to be still, to be settled, to be seeking wisdom for the living of these days. Joining me this morning in welcoming you to this time is my teammate, Christopher New, along with our musicians, Carolyn on vocals and Micah on piano, and Brett and Noah in the booth helping us with all things technical, and Dawn, who will be giving us an update on the amazing effort of our SSUC community. We pause in time and also in place, sheltering to keep one another safe. Sheltering in place, but not tethered, anchored. Grounded in this storied land where we find ourselves, the storied land we each call home. I invite us to take a moment to acknowledge those who were first to learn the wisdom of the sky and the soil, the trees and the waters of the land you call home. We here in Edmonton and in Saskatoon, the SSUC communities, respectfully acknowledge that we honor this land of Treaty 6, ancient home of Cree and Métis peoples and of so many Aboriginal peoples who traveled through these lands. And we seek to honor the traditions, the languages, the culture, the light in one another. We also seek to heal the wounds of colonization and to build trust and respect for a brighter future. Wherever you are, we invite you to take this moment to honor the land you call home.
We have been engaging in a 4-week series during the season of Advent leading up to Christmas, these 4 Sundays that lead us to the celebration of light and love that is Christmas. And perhaps, like us, you have set up some more candles than just one. Perhaps you've set up 4 candles to light in these 4 weeks. And we have been exploring this time as a time for care. In the first week, last week, we explored connection, the way we are all connected and the way we are challenged in this time to connect in new and different ways, meaningful ways. And so we light our first Advent candle, reminding us that we show our care through the ways we connect with each other and the ways that we are innately connected. And today we light our second candle in this season of care, this week for the letter A, affirmation. We affirm the value and uniqueness of each of us. So as you join us and as you light your second candle with us, we affirm that we each have a place, that we are each valuable, and we affirm the wonder that is each creature and each human. These Advent candles light our way to Christmas. We know that we're waiting for more of this light, even as we light more of our candles. So let's sing about the light that comes our way, waiting for ever more of it to shine in this season.
We're going to hear more about light in these words from John Philip Newell, in his own voice, giving an address at Boston School of Theology in 2015. John Philip Newell is a minister in the Church of Scotland, a scholar of Celtic Christianity, one who explores the relationship between and among our various wisdom traditions. In this clip that we'll hear, John Philip Newell shares a story that I heard him share several years ago at a conference in Asheville. I was struck by its truth and wanted to share it with you this morning. Here's John Philip Newell.
The meeting of East and West, spirituality beyond boundaries. May I begin by saying something of where I start and what my perspective is on nearly every topic related to spirituality that I try to address. and that is from within the Celtic inheritance. One of the most cherished images in the Celtic world from which I draw so heavily in my life and in my teachings is the memory of John the Beloved leaning against Jesus at the Last Supper. It was said of him in the Celtic world that he therefore heard the heartbeat of God, and he became a symbol of the practice of listening deep within ourselves, listening deep within one another, listening within the body of the earth for the beat of the sacred presence. Do we know that we are bearers of this unspeakably beautiful beat of life? And do we know that we can honor that beat of life in one another and in everything that has being? And do we know that it is this combination, growing in awareness that we are bearers of sacred presence, combined with a faithful commitment to honor that presence in one another and in the body of the earth, that this combination holds the key to transformation. And I believe that that is essentially why we gather for a day like this, why we study spirituality, why we are committed to spiritual practice. It is because deep within us is a longing to be part of this holy work of transformation, of bringing back into relationship again what has been torn apart within us, between us, in our world. Think of how our Christian history might have been very different if we had approached the other territory, other wisdom traditions, essentially as pilgrims, going with an open heart, to look for the light that is at the heart of other wisdom traditions. Many years ago, I was giving a talk in Ottawa, in Canada. The talk was exploring aspects of the prologue to John's Gospel, especially the words, "the true light that enlightens every person coming into the world." A Mohawk elder had been invited to make observation at the end of my talk, an opportunity to observe the resonance between native spirituality or First Nations spirituality and Celtic spirituality, and there are many resonances. But at the end of the talk, this strong Mohawk elder stood with tears in his eyes and said, "As I've been listening to the themes this evening, I've been wondering where I would be tonight. I've been wondering where my people would be tonight. I've been wondering where we would be as a Western world tonight if the mission that had come to us from Europe centuries ago had come expecting to find light in us." We cannot undo the tragic wrongs that have been done in the name of the truly humble one, Jesus. We cannot undo our history of perhaps being the most arrogant form of religious expression that humanity has witnessed, conquering, triumphing in the name of our truth. We can, however, be part of a new birthing. And I believe a major feature of that new birthing that we're being called into is radical humility in relation to the wisdom of other great spiritual traditions, given not to compete with each other, but to deeply complete each other, As much as the species of the earth need one another to be well, so our great spiritual traditions need one another to grow into full maturity.
You are water, you are stardust, you are wishes, and you are dreams. You are feelings, you are thoughts, you are body. You are all of the places you've been, and whether I live close beside you, whether I ever meet you at all, I want to live a life that makes yours better. As you're living out the wonder that you are presence, you are distance, you are comfort, and you are role. You are choices that you've made, you are future. You are broken and yet you are whole. And whether I live close beside you, whether I ever meet you at all, I want to live a life that makes yours better. As you're living out the wonder that you are question, you are answer, you are comfort, and you are strife. You are roads that you will take, you are freedom, you are beauty and wisdom and light. And whether I live close beside you, whether I ever meet you at all, I want to live a life that makes yours better. As you're living out the wonder that you are. As you live out the wonder that you
Today's Time for All Ages is a book by a favorite author, not just of me, but of many, an author of many, many books. It's Todd Parr, and this book by Todd Parr is called It's Okay to Be Different. It's okay to be missing a tooth. or 2 or 3. It's okay to need some help. It's okay to have a different nose. It's okay to be a different color. It's okay to have no hair. It's okay to have big ears. It's okay to have wheels. It's okay to be small, medium, large, extra large. It's okay to wear glasses. It's okay to talk about your feelings. Purr, roar, grr. It's okay to eat macaroni and cheese in the bathtub. It's okay to say no to bad things. It's okay to come from a different place. It's okay to be embarrassed. It's okay to come in last. It's okay to dance by yourself. It's okay to have a pet worm. It's okay to be proud of yourself. It's okay to have different mums. It's okay to have different dads. It's okay to be adopted. It's okay to have an invisible friend. It's okay to do something nice for someone. It's okay to lose your mittens. It's okay to get mad. It's okay to do something nice for yourself. It's okay to help a squirrel collect nuts. It's okay to have different kinds of friends. It's okay to make a wish. It's okay to be different. You are special and important just because of being who you are. Love, Todd. As much as that might be appropriate for all the children in our lives, this book, as with all the books we choose to read, is important for all of us. During this time, there's no telling the accommodations and the changes and the different things that we've had to do, had to become used to. There is no right way to be in a pandemic. There is no one way to be. It's okay that we've had to find new ways to cope. It's okay that we've had to find new ways to have hope and to find peace. We are talking this week about affirming who we are, seeing the light in each other, but we have to start with seeing the light in ourselves. That it's okay to be us. So let's see the light, first in ourselves, and then in each other. It's okay to be different. Thanks, Todd Parr.
It's not that unusual when everything is beautiful. It's just another ordinary miracle today. The sky knows when it's time to snow. Don't need to tease. Isn't it remarkable? Like every time a raindrop falls, it's just another ordinary miracle today. Birds in winter have their fling, but always make it home by spring. It's just another ordinary miracle today. When you wake up every day, please don't throw your dreams away. Hold them close to your heart, 'cause we are all a part of the ordinary miracle. Do you want to see a miracle? It seems so exceptional that things just work out after all. It's just another ordinary miracle today. The sun comes up and shines so bright and disappears again at night. It's just another ordinary miracle today. It's just another ordinary miracle today.
In the voice of Persian poet Rumi, in his poem One, One, One. The lamps are different, but the light is the same. So many garish lamps in the lamp shop. Forget about them. Concentrate on essence. Concentrate on light. The light streams toward you from all things, all people, all permutations of good, evil, thought, passion. The lamps are different, but the light is the same. One matter, one energy, one light, endlessly emanating all things. Ground yourself. Strip yourself down to blind, loving silence. Stay there till you see that you are gazing at the light with its own ageless eyes. May we find wisdom in these words for our living. This is a season when we gather around a story that has been turned into hundreds of songs, countless ornaments, inspired so many different artistic expressions, a story that has been decorated with so much tinsel, it's easy to miss its light altogether. we've made a supernatural birth its miracle. We've made an unnatural conception its hallmark. We've turned this story into a story out about a baby like no other, a baby that awakes and no crying he makes. And we have projected into this story the most dangerous distortion of our spiritual tradition, the reverse of a curse, the cure for all that ails humanity, and sung it as joy for the world in a birth that lets no more sin and sorrow grow, nor thorns infest the ground, because he comes to make his blessings flow far as the curse is found. How we tell this story matters. And what we affirm in this season matters. It matters hugely to how we see ourselves and how we see each other, and how it is we share the buried treasure that is part of this storied season. Think again of the words of that Mohawk elder. How things would be different if we approached one another expecting to see light in one another, expecting to find light in one another's stories and songs and languages and practices and traditions. This is the season to affirm the miraculous light that is born in every child. The sacred energy we each carry into the world, the unique spark of the sacred that is deeply within all beings. This is the season to affirm the original love that makes us human, not some original stain or flaw or sin in need of redemption. How can we look at the faces of these children born in our community this year, Henry, Jovan? How can we look into these faces and not see that the light that comes into the world carries the miracle we have tended to reserve for just one birth? How can we not see that each of us is a light in the world, that the lamps are different, but the light is the same, one matter, one energy, one light, endlessly emanating in all things? How can we fail to see that it's not one birth that is holy, but every birth? It's not one child's birth that is a miracle, but every child's birth. In one of the stories that gives us this season, a young woman named Mary is visited by an angel named Gabriel, who tells her that she has found favor with the divine and the sacred will emerge from her. How can we hear this story and fail to know that we ourselves are being addressed? This is not a story about an angelic being and some peasant girl, but this is a story about each of us, a story of our essence, a story that affirms who we are. How can we hear this story and fail to know that we are favored ones, that the sacred is born of each of us, regardless of our age, our gender identity, our abilities, that we are each bearers of the sacred. We are a light for the world. How can we hear this story and fail to know that we are here to bring that kind of Gabriel news to each other, to affirm to each other that we are sacred containers of that one light, endlessly emanating all things. This archetypal story is singing itself everywhere in this season, in elevators, in our cars, in the mall, in our homes. And yet we can easily miss the miracle once again. We can easily hear this story as a once upon a time tale about a young woman miraculously conceiving a divine child who would save the world, and miss the story of our own purpose, that we are light born of light, light shining in the darkness, light seeking light in the eyes of another. And whether our lives are long or short, loud or quiet, large or small, known by many or known by a few, we are lamps, shining a unique and vital light. I've shared with you before a story that comes from Sue Monk Kidd in her book, Where the Heart Waits. A story she tells about her daughter taking part in a Christmas pageant. This is what she says. When my daughter was small, she got the dubious part of the Bethlehem Star in a Christmas play. After her first rehearsal, she burst through the door in her costume, a 5-pointed star lined in shiny gold tinsel, designed to drape over her like a sandwich board. I asked her, "What exactly will you be doing in the play?" And she answered, "I just stand there and shine." In so many cultures, humans intuited that we are descended from the stars long before we learned that the stars are our ancestors and our bodies are forged by the very elements born in the death of a star. And yet, though those stars shine so radiantly, we are deeply afraid of our radiance. Although we think we're afraid of our shadow, perhaps we're more afraid of our light. Maybe that's why every character in the story that gives us this season has some messenger of light come to them in the dead of the night to say, "Don't be afraid." One of the hardest things to do in life is just stand there and shine. We don't have to be anything we're not. We don't have to fix the economy. We don't have to invent a life-saving device. We don't have to discover a new celestial body. We don't have to solve climate change. We just have to shine in the brilliance of our own unique light. It's an ordinary miracle. Every birth is a miracle forged in balls of gas burning billions of miles away. In this season, when there's so much we can't do, there's nothing that prevents us from just standing there in our lives, in our place, and shining. There's nothing that prevents us from being a Gabriel and safely affirming to another how we treasure the light they embody, the light they emanate, the light that shines in them. In these moments, as we share with one another the gift of music, let's consider the ways that we can embody this story, that this can be our story, that we can find ourselves shining in this story, even amid the limits of this particular season in which we celebrate it once again. These are the words of Ron Atkinson at the time that he was living on Quadra Island, west coast of Canada, serving the community of Cape Mudge. And these are his words reflecting on life in that small village on that small island. Words entitled Sea, Fish, and Cellar Door. Celebrate the world of slow. Honor the world of small. Silent, ripening, steady gatherings, the mutual roots and manifold visits of days and nights. Affirm the generous extravagance at the heart of the whole. Take pleasure in the dear ambivalence of every single thing, its appearance and disappearance. For life abounds in the love of the things we call by name: water, bread, sun, wine, wind, salt, snow and rain, sea, fish, and cellar door. Or rather, not in the things in themselves, dear as they are, but in the personal way such things are handled by those who respect them. It is the way bread is taken and broken, the way wine is poured out and shared, that tells if matter matters, the incarnating will awaits our love of embodiment. We're taking a little time with one another this morning to share a simple table ritual. If you have bread and juice, bread and wine, something you love to drink, something you love to eat with you, we invite you to participate with us now in this simple ritual as we reflect on these words of Ron Atkinson. The way bread is taken and broken, the way wine is poured and shared. A way of expressing that matter matters. As meaning-making creatures, we make ritual. Ritual is a way of remembering what has not yet happened, remembering forward, remembering what it is we hope for and long for. Ritual is a way to enact the sacredness at the heart of life. So we pause where we are in time and place, those of us in this room, each sharing a piece of bread, you where you are, sharing what is at hand for you. We hold a simple piece of bread, just another ordinary miracle. The miracle of earth broken open to feed us. The miracle of the work of many to plant, grow, harvest, grind, and bake to meet our hunger. Though we are scattered, we share the bread of connection. We share what we have, where we are, just now.
And now we hold a cup, a glass, whatever you've got at hand. A cup and a glass is meaningful because it gets filled and emptied again and again and again. Giving and receiving, pouring in, pouring out. Grapes are grown and crushed from the vine to the glass in a journey of persistence in the midst of sun and rain. And we pour out this juice again and again. We pour out our care and our compassion again and again, and then fill it up thanks to others. And so now we invite you to share in this drink, knowing that we affirm the perseverance and the dignity of each and every person in each and every life. We share this drink with one another. And we can affirm our intentions to let this ritual enact the goodness and the actions of our living, to bring the best of our light to the quest of hope and peace, to joy and love. And so we pray our intentions for our living with each other. As I live every day, I want to be a channel for peace. May I bring love where there is hatred, and healing where there is hurt, joy where there is sadness, and hope where there is fear. I pray that I may always try to understand and comfort other people, that I may also seek comfort and understanding from them. Wherever possible, may I choose to be a light in the darkness, a help in times of need, and a caring, honest friend. And may justice, kindness, and peace flow through my heart forever. Amen.
I want to share a few invitations with you. Just immediately following our gathering time in this way, we invite you to join us on Zoom for a time to go a little into a visit with one another, share coffee and conversation. You can join us for a few minutes or join us for the whole time. You'll find the link that you need for Zoom in the e-messenger that you received on Friday, and if you don't have that at hand, please feel free to email Chris or myself at the email address you find on the screen, and we'll be happy to give you what you need to connect with us this morning. We also want to express our gratitude to all of you for responding so generously to the gifts for the festive giveaway that the Bissell Center has hosted again this year, and our gratitude to Linda and Ken May for organizing it and delivering the gifts. As you can see, we collected over 70 toys and games for children, over 150 items of things like socks and mitts and gloves and toques and toiletries and cards for adults, and over $800 in gift cards for the shoppers who will come to the Bissell Center to receive something to gift to their families. We want to take a moment to invite Dawn to come and speak to us about the events of the last few days here.
Good morning, everyone. Actually, it's Ginger, not Dawn. Hope you can all see my little name tag. And I'm also representing my best buddy, Chip, who couldn't be here this morning. So we were a team, but I tell you, we couldn't do it without you. You were fabulous. Just really living out what Chris talked about last week in terms of connection. We needed bakers, and we needed boxers, and we needed buyers, and we got them all. So here are a few pictures to share from our week. On Thursday came the bakers, and there were 63 bakers that turned out 1,033 dozen cookies. So here they are, masked, having a great time in the parking lot as everybody brought their cookies and waved at each other. And then came the boxers on Friday. And we had 13 boxers in 2 shifts working for about 8 hours and turning all of those cookies into 366 boxes of delectables. And then, of course, on Saturday, we had the sellers. So we had 9 people decorating the parking lot and moving all of the cookies outside. And then the buyers came, and all the cookies disappeared in 2 hours. So by 12 noon, we were out of cookies, and everybody had had a fabulous time. And all of those cookies turned into a total of $4,930 for the work of SSUC in the community and around the world. So there are Ginger and Chip there in the slide, celebrating the success that all of you made possible. You know, I'm always amazed at this community. It's just an incredible community. You turn up, you come together, you work hard, and look what we did together. They say it takes a village, and it really does take a community. So in the words of Chris from last week, we love you, we value you, we're proud of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for making this fundraiser such an amazing success in this COVID year.
The Cookie Walk always launches the beginning of our festive season here. And our season continues with some more invitations I want to share with you. An opportunity to join us for a Blue Christmas gathering online on Wednesday, December the 16th at 7 in the evening. A reflective, quiet gathering honoring the many emotions of this season, its challenges, its difficulties, its griefs, and its hope. And an opportunity to participate in a timeless telling of a Christmas carol shared by a reader's theater of some characters you will know and recognize who are offering an opportunity to engage that Dickens annual favorite, A Telling of a Christmas Carol. Please tune in live stream on December the 19th at 7 o'clock. We're also going to be raising money for the No Room in the Inn campaign. There'll be opportunity for you to contribute to that as an expression of your appreciation for the telling of the Christmas Carol offered by 5 voices from this community. There will be music and instrumentalists as well. Please plan to be part of that time together. And of course, on Christmas Eve at 7 o'clock, we'll be live with you, celebrating the gift of this Christmas season.
Oh, come, lights dawning, burn within my soul. The tinder of my heart you can make whole. beauty born in all humanity. Rejoice, rejoice, to privilege bid farewell, that light may come within our hearts to dwell. Oh, come, light's piercing truth, come and reveal all that our planet needs from us to heal. Oh, come, ignite our passion to see the splendor in earth's vast diversity. Rejoice, rejoice, to darkness bid farewell, that light may come within our hearts to dwell.
This season before Christmas, we grow our light. We light more candles, we light more lights as a way of growing into the season. We know that we first affirm the light within us in order to affirm it in each other. So let this week be a week of igniting the lights within each other, recognizing it, making it safe to shine, and encouraging it to grow. So may we go into this week with lights aflame and changing it as we need as we go into the season. Be well, everyone. Until we see you again, may you have peace, may you be safe, and we'll see you soon.